I want to make this little video. This is my personal opinion, but it's a good opinion that's agreed upon by a lot of other people out there that own these things. This is a Gallagher old style Gallagher M800. They made this model. Well, the earlier version was called the BEV3, BEV3. Same case, different sticker, but the guts are, besides variation and changes of electronics, the layout and the boards are all interchangeable between the old style and the new style. Old style BEV3 and the old style, this style of M800. They made this unit from about, including the BEV3, from about 85, 86 all the way to about 2005 or 6. So it had about a 20-year run with this model. This is probably the best model Gallagher ever put out. They put out a lot of good stuff back in the day. Their new stuff's good. I mean, don't have too many problems with them, unless lightning gets them where they get a little age on them and they start to have problems. But that's with anything, really. But the new Gallaghers are good, expensive but good. But this is probably the best fence charger ever built. So if you come across one of these old Gallaghers from the 80s, 90s, early 2000s, man, at a farm sale, state sale, neighbors got ones. Oh, that thing's junk. Tell them to spit in the wind, have it come back, hit them in the face, because these things are rebuildable. Gallagher won't do it because they don't make a lot of parts for this model anymore, but we can rebuild, retrofit, make like new with these things. I mean, they're old school electronics. They're just good units. It probably put Gallagher on the map back in the day. They did make a bigger one look just like this. It's called the M1500. Basically look just like it. So it was purple colored case, and that thing's just as good. There's still as many of them because they were about $500-600 back in the day. But these were probably between 300 and 350 back in their prime, and that was 20 plus years ago, give or take. So the new M800s are in that $500 range. So would you rather spend $500 on a new one, or 60 to 150 fixing an old one? So what do you want to do? Unless you just got lots and lots of money burning a hole in your pocket, I guess go right ahead and go buy a new one. But buy a new one if you want, of some sort. But man, get these old ones fixed, man. They're chucking them in the trash here and there, and I'm like, God, it's so dumb. I just want to throw stuff away just because they don't make parts for them. But let me take the case off here. And but they're old school. They're old school electronics. You can, if you know what you're doing, you can rebuild the boards. That's not a big deal. See, let me look at this. I mean, it's all old style electronic. No computery crap on there anywhere. No surface mount chips anywhere. It's all old school. So what we did to this one, this came from a customer that had originally sent it to Gallagher themselves here in the States. Gallagher said, "Sorry, sir, we can't fix it. What do you want us to do with it? Trade it in, throw it away, send it back." And so he thought about it. He said, "Send it back. I can send it to a guy, me, that can fix this thing probably." So they sent it back to him, and then we got it, and now look, hey, it's working. So what we did to it was, he had sent a spare capacitor back with it, because he didn't know if the capacitor was bad or not, so he had a capacitor for it, sent that along with it. The original capacitor was about reading half of what it should be, so we stuck their spare capacitor in there, replaced the green bulb with another one because the bulb was burned out, but that's cosmetic. But the biggest problem they were having with it was the transformer was bad, and Gallagher themselves no longer make this transformer. Gallagher manufactures a lot of this stuff in-house. So when they discontinued the transformers like 8 years ago, we started looking into retrofit, remanufacturing, talking to some manufacturers here in the States that maybe can make a custom transformer. And we can get custom built ones that will slide right into place for them. Kind of expensive, and it's with COVID crap and delays and supply chain junk and everything, it's been like hurry up and wait. So last year or so, we've been skipping that custom built one and taking a transformer from another brand that seems to have a pretty good track record of reliability. It's been around 30 years, so they're still making them today, and they were good 30 years ago. And same thing, let's try it. And so we have to, bolt it to the case like we did there. You can see it's bolted there, and there's a bolt running through the case, and we've got it bolted there on the back. You know, so it works just fine, and we splice it into the wiring, you know, inside there. But that once you get it bolted in and wired right, the rest of the charger doesn't care what transformer is hooked into it, as long as it's the right size transformer that's made for the size joule that you're dealing with. This is an 8 stored joule, probably 4.5 output, I would guess. Well, the transformer that we got in there is rated for like a 6 to 8 output joule unit, so it works just fine. There's no issues of overstressing the transformer. It allows a lot of power to come through it. It should last a long time, excluding lightning. So we'll put a tester across here and show you. See, it's putting out like 10,000 volts roughly out of the thing. And we'll put a needle nose across here and we'll show you the spark it jumps. I don't know how well you can see it, but if you could hear it, man, it's a nice hot snapping sound to it. I don't know how well you can see it, but man, it's hot unit now. I would not touch it. Not at all. So yeah, now it's ready to go. We're going to box it up, send it back to the customer. So if you got one of these old Gallagher units, I don't care what model it is from this generation, please don't throw it away. Don't become part of that throwaway mentality. These old stuff, yeah, they're old, but put a little money into them. The things run 15, 20, 30 years. Put a little money into them, and maybe they'll run another 15, 20, 30 years, you know. But track record will show over time if the new Gallaghers will run, excluding lightning, run 10, 20, 30 years. They're stating that their units should last a minimum of 10 years plus. But, you know, get a lot of new Gallaghers in. Yeah, they're good, but, man, they're not cheap. So, good stuff does, if you want good quality, you got to pay for it sometimes. But if you want to save some money, fix your old stuff first, and then maybe thinking about buying a new one for a spare or something. But anyway, that's our little video here. We're going to call it quits, and we're going to move on to another one. But until next time, we'll see you guys later on, and send me a fence charger, tell your friends about us, subscribe, thumbs up, all that junk. And until next time, we'll see you later on.